Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, we offer our humble obeisance, our humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. We welcome all the viewers across the world for this Uttamottama Seva to Paramashiva. From Adi KAILASA, Sarvajna Peetham, Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam. In the hours before, we are graced with the darshan of His Divine Holiness of Paramashiva himself. This is the most opportune time for us to prepare ourselves, our body and our mind towards. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time to KAILASA's Nithyananda TV, welcome to the official TV channel for KAILASA, the only and greatest Hindu nation in the world. His Divine Holiness is the reviver of Sri KAILASA, the ancient enlightened civilization, and the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness is the avatar and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities for humanity. Sovereign Order of KAILASA, led by His Divine Holiness and Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a super consciousness breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University is the world's largest university with extended campuses in 150 countries, is spreading, collecting, organizing, decoding, time capsuling, and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts and sciences like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, and Vastu. His Divine Holiness is the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shyamala Peetha Sarvajna Peetham, the ancient apex body of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness has made the science of power manifestation and temple-based universities for humanity. And he is the current emperor of Surya Vamsha Surangi Samrajyam. His Divine Holiness has survived the worst persecution on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. To explore more videos, visit KAILASA's Nithyananda YouTube channel. Kailasa is the nation revived by His Divine Holiness and as told by His Divine Holiness. Kailasa is nothing but the enlightened ecosystem of Tiruvannamalai gone right. Tiruvannamalai is the home of Arunachala, the mighty mountain from that Paramashiva decided to take, which is exalted in Arunachala mountain. In the Arunachala Mahatyam, it is described as Namasmarana Matrena Yat Pataka Vinashanam, that is, which destroys all the sins and grants the eternal state of Paramashivatva by merely remembering its name Arunachala. At the center of this civilization was the Guru Sishya Parampara, the tradition of learning from Guru in all different kinds of fields and passing that knowledge through generations. Sri Guru Gita shows that how Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the most valued quality, most esteemed action is learning, being a receiver, being a learner. It was defined since the time of Paramashiva that the sacred knowledge and transcendental wisdom, the jnana, is being who imparts this knowledge, the Guru, and all those who receive it also, the Shishya, are together a quite essential combination for the conscious growth for any being in the journey of life. After thousands of years of thriving and advancing the evolution of humanity in new methods of communication and excelled comprehension, these civilizations were among the first on planet Earth to rapidly grow and experience abundance in the form of wealth, health, and prosperity. The Vedic civilization was the richest civilization which contributed the largest share of world's GDP in the year 1000. The richness in knowledge and the material wealth attracted one and all to experience the Vedic lifestyle which was gifted to the world by Paramashiva. However, it also became the target for growing negative forces who sought to rob the gold, destroy the temples, and enslave the people. Whatever we enjoy from Hinduism today is directly because of the Guru Sishya Parampara, which has safeguarded the ancient science of enlightenment from the time of Paramashiva, even into the modern day, as materialism and corruption pervade countries and billions more souls undergo torture inflicted by ruling negative forces. The Guru Sishya Parampara has continued to bring to the world the sacred knowledge of enlightenment, naturally evolving relationships, communities, and ideologies which are based in peace, love, and conflict-free life. As opposing violent and negative forces grow on one side in multifarious ways and agree for mutually assured destruction, in a conscious effort to bring more peace and bliss in the world, Hindu gurus have single-handedly fueled the ideologies which strengthen the consciousness and peacefully revolutionized the way of life for every human being on planet Earth. Despite being stripped of any form of protection, ultimately it is due to sacrifice of the gurus who were able to withstand attack and protect this knowledge that today Hinduism has survived the most violent attack against single civilization. Powerful, working solutions derived from Vedic sciences were sought after even in the West, where it was brought by Hindu gurus who once again began traveling all over the world to bring a conscious breakthrough to humanity. For example, in 1983, Swami Vivekananda, who was a product of the lineage of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Totapuri from Calcutta, West Bengal, traveled to the United States for the first time by bringing yoga, meditation, and fundamental truth of Sanatana Hindu Dharma to the United States of America. And it is accepted that Swami Vivekananda literally changed the world at those times. He met and influenced the masses and the world leaders to change their ideas about themselves and the world and universe in the lines of conscious breakthrough. As we continue into the 20th century, the Guru Sishya Parampara produced the super consciousness being such as Paramahamsa Yogananda, Maharshi Yogi, Sri Aurobindo, among several others who had made breakthroughs like this and together worked to overpower the growing negative forces of the world. If not for the Paramahamsas who had descended on planet Earth and the Guru Sishya Parampara which made that possible, the world would be destroyed, these terribly violent people, groups, and ideologies. Today, the UN Office of Disarmament Affairs reports that there are 14,500 dangerous nuclear weapons which exist on Earth today. Even one of these weapons can destroy a whole city, potentially killing millions and jeopardizing the natural environment and lives of future generations. Through its long-term catastrophic effects, which only 2 of these nuclear weapons were actually used in 1945 when the United States Army bombed the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. The whole world was devastated to see the extent of the violence possible by the man-made warfare. While one side, the Guru Sishya Parampara was able to bring a conscious breakthrough, the threats against these positive forces and humanity at large still remain and continue to grow stronger. The gurus who have worked tirelessly in the modern day for raising the consciousness of humanity were attacked by corrupt forces who are invested in spreading false Hindu narratives and inciting hatred against Hindu traditions and inciting hatred against Hindu traditions, practices, and leaders. Hindu gurus is specifically severely targeted and stamp out the immense potential they possess to liberate of masses and lead them to a spiritual awakening. Hindu gurus are more and more vulnerable today to illegal arrest, inhuman treatment, assassination attempts, and defamation. To protect the Guru Sishya Parampara and allow it to continue to protect the world from destruction, there needed to be a larger protection, a guide for humanity to bring us to the next most ultimate breakthrough. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, happened on planet Earth for this exact purpose. His Divine Holiness was birthed by an esteemed group of enlightened beings, including Mataji Vibhudananda Puri, Yogiraj Yogananda Puri, Isakki Swamigal, Narayana Swami Pillai, and Annamalai Swamigal, and Yogi Ramasurat Kumar in Tiruvannamalai in 1978. From the auspicious time of his advent on earth, His Divine Holiness perfectly demonstrated all the signs of superconsciousness manifesting his divine life unfolded in deeply devotional, unfathomable leelas as the adored incarnation of the whole town of Tiruvannamalai. On 24th May 1994, His Divine Holiness were ritualistically coronated as the incarnation of Paramashiva by his gurus. During this Yoga Pattabhishekam, his gurus proudly declared the successful manifestation of the ultimate superconsciousness through the body of His Divine Holiness, and he was conferred the title of Sri Brahmasukhi by his immediate predecessor, Mataji Vibhudanandapuri. Shortly after this coronation, his gurus left the body and attained the state of Mahasamadhi, the final state of oneness with Paramashiva. In 1995, His Divine Holiness auspiciously began his tireless work for the revival of the great enlightened civilization on planet Earth, Sri KAILASA. As the final abatement to thousands of years of ruthless persecution against Hindu gurus, His Divine Holiness has successfully revived the world's only Hindu nation, and through this, bring super consciousness breakthrough for the whole humanity. Through the nation of Kailasa, what Swami Vivekananda visualized, Sri Aurobindo aspired, Osho worked for, Maharshi mandated, His Divine Holiness actually made it. Today, we're offering Uttamottama Seva to Lord Surya. The Uttamottama Seva is an offering of the best offering to Paramashiva. Uttamottama is best of the best, and Seva is the offering. And it is the ritual of offering the best of the best to Paramashiva. Whatever we offer to Paramashiva comes back to us thousandfold and many millionfold. And Paramashiva is the source of everything, be it grains, or knowledge, or skill, or people, everything. Uttamottama is an intricate ritual that is described by Paramashiva himself. So many offerings are there that came down as the best of the best that offered in Vedic tradition. From the instruments to the offering of food that should be offered to Paramashiva. The various types of dance and the way it is danced. The Uttamottama Seva is described by Paramashiva as the best of the best. We offer Abhishekam, Vastram, Gandham, Abharanam, Archanam, Dhupam, Deepam, Naivedyam, Aratrikam, Deepopacharam, Pushpanjalim, Chaturvedam, Gruhya Suktam, Agamastotram, Dravida Vedam, Nityam, Sangeetam, Vadyam, and Swasti Vachanam. The source of all these best things is Paramashiva. He has given these to us, and offering them back at his feet is what we do during this seva, whereby we experience the intense Shakti Nipata and the oneness with Paramashiva, and as a result, we leave the state and radiate the space of Paramashiva and manifest the Shaktis of Paramashiva. And also, since it is Agamavidi, Paramashiva's instructions, we offer them during this seva. The best of the food that is offered as Naivedyam, the best of the movement offered, a body can make, offered as dance, Nitya Seva, the best of the sound offered as music, Sangeeta Seva, and the best of the consciousness offered as power manifestation, Shakti Avishkarana. The best that humanity can offer to Paramashiva as gratitude is offered in Uttamottama Seva. Today, we are offering Uttamottama Seva to Lord Surya. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the Surya Sarvabhauma Chakravarti, the Supreme Emperor of the Surya Vamsha Surangi Samrajyam of Surya Vamsha Samrajya Sarvajñapita. His Divine Holiness Swamiji is the reviver of Shanmatas, the 6 main sampradayas of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. They are Ganapatyam, Kaumaram, Sauram, Shaivam, Vaishnavam, and Shaktam. Suryavamsha, the lineage of sun god, has the unbroken lineage of Sarvabhauma Chakravarti, who ruled the whole earth. This lineage has its source from Paramashiva himself. This lineage of Suryavamsha is adorned by the great emperors of Vaishnava Manu, Ikshvaku, Harishchandra, Bhagirath, Dilipa, Raghu, Sri Ramachandra, and others. The Suryavamsha has an unbroken record of upholding the Sanatana Hindu Dharma by reviving all its sciences, arts, lineage, and pantheology of worship. Today, we're offering Uttamottama Seva to Lord Surya by our Gurukul Balasans. Let us all stay tuned and enjoy this Uttamottama Seva as gratitude at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let us all stay tuned and enjoy this Uttamottama Seva and get the blessings of Bhagavan Surya and His Divine Holiness. Thank you so much, Nithyanandam.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
At the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta, Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Chaturveda. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव चतुर्वेद प्रिय चतुर्वेदम अवधारय। ऋग्वेद हरि ओम अग्निमीले पुरोहितं यज्ञस्य देवं ऋत्विजं होतारं रत्नदातामं हरि ओम। यजुर्वेद हरि ओम इषेतोर्जेत्वा वायवस्तोपायपस्तदेवो वस्तविता प्राप्तय दुष्टेष्टतमाय कर्मणे हरि ओम। सामवेद हरि ओम अग्न आयाहि पीतये गृहाणो हव्यदातये निहोता सप्ति बर्हिषि हरि ओम। यजुर्वेद हरि ओम शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये शय्योरभिश्रवन्तु नः हरि ओम। The next offering at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Agama Shloka. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव आगम श्लोक प्रियागम श्लोकम् अवधारय। श्री भगवानुवाच अति कौतूहलाविष्ट पृच्छस्येतच्छृणु प्रिये यन्मे नेत्रान्तरे वह्निर् यद्वानृतमनुत्तमं तत्सर्वं कथयिष्यामि योगयुक्त्या शृणु प्रिये यत्स्वरूपं निजं शुद्धं व्यापकं सर्वतोमुखं सर्वभूतान्तरावस्थं सर्वप्राणिषु जीवनं योगगम्यं दुरासादं दुष्पापमकृतातमभिः ज्ञानादिषड्गुणायेते तत्रस्थाः प्रभवन्ति हि सा वै महाक्रिया रूपा संस्थितैका क्रियामता। The next offering at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Dravida Vedam. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव द्राविड वेद प्रिय द्राविड वेदम् अवधारय। वेयुर्तोली पंगन विदमुंदकंदन மிகநல்ல வீணை கதவி மாசரு திங்கள் கங்கை முடிமேல நின்று என் உளமே புகுந்த அதனால் ஞாயிறு திங்கள் செவ்வாய் புதன் வியாழன் வெள்ளி சனி பாம்பிரண்டும் முதனே மாசரு நல்ல நல்ல அவை நல்ல நல்ல என் அடியாதவர்க்கு மிகவே. சிவா திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். offering at the feet of Devi Nithyananda Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva is the offering of the Stotra Devadevottama Devatasthaiva Goma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Shri Nithyananda Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Stotra Priya Stotram Avadharaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sadashivaya Sakala Tattvatmakaya Sarva Mantra Swarupaya Sarva Yantra Dishtitaya Sarva Tantra Swarupaya Sarva Tattva Vidurhaya Brahma Rudravatarine Nilakantaya Parvati Manoharaya Soma Surya Agnilocanaya Basmo Dhulita Vigrahaya Mahamani Mukutadharanaya Manikya Bhushanaya Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Kala Raudravataraya Dakshadhvarantam Shakaya Mahakala Vedanaya Mooladhare Kaninalaya Tatvatitaya Gangadharaya Sarvadevadidevaya Shadrashayaya Vedanta Saraya Trivarga Sadhanaya Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayakaya Ananta Vasuki Takshaka Karkotaka Shanka Kulika Padma Mahapadmeti Ashtamaha Kulabhushanaya Pranavasvarupaya Chidakashaya Akashidik Svarupaya Grahanakshatramaline Sakalaya Kalankarhitaya Sakala Lokaika Hatre Sakala Lokaika Bhatre Sakala Lokaika Samhatre Sakala Lokaika Gurave Sakala Lokaika Shakshine Sakala Nigama Guhyaya Sakala Vedanta Paragaya Sakala Lokai Varapradhaya Shashanka Shekaraya Shashvata Nijavasaya Nirabhasaya Niramayaya Nirmalaya Nishtintaya Nirahankaraya Nirankushaya Nishkalankaya Nirgunaya Nishkamaya Nirupaplavaya Nirupadvaya Niravadhyaya Nirantaraya Nirankarnaya Nirantankaya Nishprapanchaya Nisanghaya Niradvandvaya Niradharaya Niraghaya Nishkrodhaya Nirlopaya Nishbayaya Nirbhayaya Nirvikalpaya Nirbedhaya Nishkriyaya Nistulaya Nissamsayaya Nirupama Vibhabhaya Nitya Shuddha Buddha Paripurna Satchidanandadvayaya Paramashanta Swarupaya Tejo Rupaya Tejo Mayaya Jaya Jaya Rudra Maharaudra Bhadravatara Mahabhairava Kala Bhairava Kalpanta Bhairava Kapalamaladhara Khatvanga Khadga Charma Pashankusha Dhamaru Shula Chapa Bana Gada Shakti Bindipala Tomara Musala Mudgara Pasha Parigra Bushundi Shatagni Chakradhyayudha Vishanakara Sahasramuka Damshra Karala Vadana Vikatata Hasa Disparita Brahmanda Mandala Nagendra Kundala Nagendra Hara Nagendra Valaya Nagendra Charmadara Mrityunjaya Triambaka Vishwarupa Virupaksha Vishveshwara Vrishabhavahana Vishwabhushana Vishwato Mukha Sarvato Raksha Rakshamam Jvala Jvala Mahamrityum Apamrityu Bhayam Nashaya Nashaya Chora Bhayam Utsadeya Utsadeya Vishasarpa Bhayam Samaya Samaya Choran Maraya Maraya Mama Shatrun Uchchateya Uchchateya Trishulena Vidareya Vidareya Kutarena Bhindi Bhindi Khadgena Chindi Chindi
खट्वांगेन विपोदय विपोदय मुसलेन निष्पेषय निष्पेषय बाणैः संताडय संताडय रक्षांसि भीषय भीषय भूतानि विद्रावय विद्रावय कूष्मांड मारीच वेताल ब्रह्म राक्षस गणान् संताटय संताटय माम अभयं कुरु कुरु पितृस्त्वं माम आश्वासय आश्वासय दुःखाद्गुरं माम आनन्दय आनन्दय नरकभयां माम उत्तर उद्धर संजीवय संजीवय शत्रुभ्यां माम आप्यायय आप्यायय दुःखातुरं माम आनन्दय आनन्दय शिवकवचेन माम आच्छाटय आच्छाटय मृत्युंजय त्र्यंबक सदाशिव परमशिव नमस्ते नमस्ते।
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
The next offering at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Nritya Seva. Deva Devottama Devata Starvabhoma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Shri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Nitya Priyanatam Avadharaya. The next offering at the feet of Devi Nithyananda Paramashiva, Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva is the offering of the Sangeeta Seva. Deva Devottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Sri Nithyananda Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Sangeeta Priya Sangeetam Avadharaya.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtam Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलम् सर्वदी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितम् सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। आदित्य हृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्मर्दनमुत्तमम् कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुर नमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विवस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देव सुरगणान् लोकान् पथिगभस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते। नित्यानन्द नमोऽस्तुते।
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
देवी नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी Paramashiva is the offering of the Paramashiva Shakti Avishkarana. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करण प्रिय परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणम् अवधारय.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, I welcome all the viewers and the participants for today's amazing Uttama Seva. And this is the most awaited and mind-blowing session of them all, or the segment, or the power manifestation, or the Shakti Avishkarana. Here, all of you will be witnessing one of the most beautiful and extraordinary happenings in today's world.
மீட்டிங்கில் போயிருந்தேன் டாக்டர். கேக்கு
Shakti Avishkarana. Today, we'll be manifesting one of the most extraordinary powers of the 463 plus powers of Paramashiva, and that is the power of body scanning. God, just uttering the word body scanning is so amazing, because in this world, we're able to manifest the power of body scanning, where your third eye is able to scan any problem that your body has or is going through, at the same time be able to give a solution to that particular problem. Understand, when Swamiji awakens the third eye through touch, look, or words, your third eye awakens, and that opens the door to manifest all the 463 plus powers of Paramashiva. And a little about body scanning power itself. scanning the body, it's almost like your third eye can act as anything you want. It can be an X-ray, it can be anything that you want, and you have an inbuilt scanner in your body, and that is a third eye. And it's not just the surface level of what body scanning can translate itself to, but it goes to that subtle level of detecting the problems that you yourself are unaware, or you yourself are unaware of, or your doctors have missed. It can go to that level. It can go to that subtle level. And sometimes body scanning, the power of body scanning itself doesn't go by the logical dimension like we all are at the moment. And that is what our Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, has incarnated as Paramashiva himself to break us from that logical dimension and raise us to that multi-dimensional logical plane, where not just everything goes by formulas of science, but it can go through the science of Paramashiva. So, for example, I'll give you an example of body scanning itself. So when you're going through a pain, right? Any pain, it can be your stomach pain or head pain or like joint pain, anything. And then you go to a doctor. The doctor might give you a medication for you to follow for a few months. And you go ahead and you follow that medication and everything becomes all right. You don't go through the pain anymore. And for some time, it goes on to be like that. But again, it resurfaces back as intense as possible. It's never a permanent solution to any of the pain that you're going through or the medication is helping you through, because the pain surfaces back again. But body scanning, be assured that when anybody scans your body, a Balasant or any third eye awakened disciple or devotee of Swami scans the body, they actually tell you what problem you're going through, at the same time give you the solution. And understand that's the solution, that's the permanent solution given directly by Paramashiva. And obviously, that solution can never be wrong. And when you follow that solution, you are able to get rid of that particular problem in your life immediately. So here we have our Balasant. And Ma, would you like to introduce yourself to all the participants?
Nithyanandam, I'm a Vanchika and I'm 14 years old, and I've been studying Nithyananda Gurukul past 3 years and have been manifesting a lot of powers of Paramashiva just by one initiation of Swamiji, and just by connecting with him and being in oneness.
And this will be executed live to all of the participants who are new, who are skeptical, whoever it may be. Yes, and we have our volunteer for today. Ma, would you like to introduce yourself to all the participants and the viewers?
Nithyanandam, my name is Ma Aishwarya. I'm from Bangalore city, and really grateful that today will be the power of body scanning, because I'm actually going through some medical issue right now. So eager to get started. Thank you.
Yes, perfect, Ma. So a little about body scanning. Again, there's a lot to talk about body scanning. If you let me, I can keep going on and on. But another important point that I would like to share regarding body scanning is that the scanning can be related to anything that you're going through in your life, right? Some people might think that, oh, if it's body scanning, it's medical issue, so this solution is going to be something medical, the scan is going to be something medical. Not necessarily. So if you're going through any pain, that is not just related to you falling and then you're having the pain, or you ate something outdated last night that you're having the stomach pain. No, not exactly that. Body scanning is deeper. The third eye doesn't just scan the surface level of what we think is body and what we think are medical issues, but it goes to that deeper level. That is why I said that third eye works from the space of multidimensional logic. So that particular stomach pain that you're going through can be related to your childhood patterns, your incompletions. That joint pain that you probably have is because of, let's say, a root pattern that you're finding it very hard to complete with. So these are the solutions revealed by Paramashiva. These are also the solutions which can be revealed by Paramashiva. So I am just letting you all know that body scanning and third eye scanning the body does not play by the logic. Instead, it plays by the multi-dimensional logical plane. So without further ado, we'll get on right with the power manifestation. But before we get on with power manifestation, this is a Shastra Pramana for the body scan.
चित्तर्मा सर्वदेहेषु विशेषो नास्ति कुत्रचित् आत्मस्तन्मयं सर्वं भावयन् भवजिज्जनः चित्तर्मा सर्वदेहेषु विशेषो नास्ति कुत्रचित् आत्मस्तन्मयं सर्वं भावयन् भवजिज्जनः चित्तर्मा सर्वदेहेषु विशेषो नास्ति कुत्रचित् तन्मयं च सर्वं भावयन् भवजिज्जनः.
Yes. Before Mahavanshika starts the body scanning, we'll all be chanting the Mahavakya, and that is the 3 words make us enter the space of Paramashiva. That is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. When you chant this intensely, Swamiji himself told in the Satsang, and he said that when anybody chants this Mahavakya very intensely, and when they chant with so much intensity, the frequency of the whole chanting increases. And when that increases, Swamiji himself physically appeared right in front of your eyes. So that is the intensity and the power of just chanting these 3 words. Along with us, I request all the participants and the viewers to sit with your head, neck, spine in a straight line, your hands in Atmanjali Mudra, and chant this Mahavakya with us. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. You can see Mahavanshika is intensely connecting with Paramashiva. In the meantime, I would like to talk a little more about the science of power manifestation. Swamiji is beautifully reviving the lost science of power manifestation in today's world. And the key word is lost because understand 5,000 years ago, each and every being in this planet was able to manifest all the 463 plus powers of Paramashiva. And now that our world is filled with modern technology and advanced technology, artificial intelligence and heightened technology, modern science, everything playing a role. Right now, we're able to know what our body is, and we're able to see our bones, what is wrong, do we have like increasing cells, what is cancer. We're able to know because of this modern technology. But understand, 5,000 years ago, this world was not introduced to any technology. And we have Hinduism itself, Hindus, great rishis, saints, and seers manifested beautiful powers of divine beings. Paramashiva actually came down and introduced this science, and various rishis and seers manifested them and spread this science to each and everybody. So that is how we all lived 5,000 years ago. And after that, complete delusion, and everybody got into delusion of, this lower image of how we cannot do anything. Because right now, anybody, if you take, for example, in this modern generation, they're too comfortable to say that they cannot do it. They're too comfortable with the impossibility in them. They're never thinking about the possibility that they can do it and they will do it. That has gone down. And power manifestation is all about possibility and will, and that confidence in Paramashiva that he will manifest these powers. And that is exactly what Swamiji is beautifully reviving through Balasins and all his disciples and devotees who he has beautifully awakened the third eye. He is so compassionate that he has shared this lost science of power manifestation to the whole globe, initiating millions across the globe. So we are able to understand that we are Paramashiva. Each and every second we manifest any powers, and at the same time, increase your confidence level and not fall into that lower self-image that we are usually comfortable with. And Ma Vanshika is already done with the scanning and she'll be revealing it now.
Nithyananda Acharya, so Swami revealed me that you're having a problem with your throat. There's some problem with your throat, and Swami revealed me that somewhere near your head religion, it's you have a problem there. And it has been hurting for so many days.
Ma Aishwarya, would you like to confirm?
Ma, there was an audio break in the in
Okay,
the
Ma,
transmission.
we'll be repeating what Ma Vanshika said. Ma Vanshika said that you've been having some problems relating to your throat, and your head region is hurting for you currently, and that is what she has scanned. These are the two current problems that your body is going through, is what Ma Vanshika revealed.
Okay.
Could you confirm, Ma? Are you able to relate with the scanning?
Neither of that is happening for me right now, Ma.
Okay, not an issue. Ma Vanshika, could you rescan? Another interesting point about third eye scanning is that Paramashiva can never lie, and obviously any scan done by third eye can never lie. So when the third eye scans your body, it can be the body going through something currently. At the same time, your body will go through it in the future. Third eye can actually go to the future and also scan what your body is possibly able to go through, and you are able to take that precaution. Even with the remote vision, when third eye scans your house, it doesn't necessarily have to be the house that you're staying in. Third eye again works in the multi-dimensional logic. It works towards what you feel as home. You might be in a 2-bedroom house in Bangalore, but when third eye scans, it can be a different house with like a huge house with 4 bedrooms and 2-story building, because that is what you feel as home. So third eye goes to that level. It can be your dream house or a childhood house that you feel as home. Ma Vanshika, are you done with the scanning? Yes, please go ahead.
So Swami revealed me that there's currently some problems there in your stomach, and there's some problem just under your shoulder at the back.
Could you repeat it?
Currently, there's a problem in your stomach and under your shoulder, just near the back.
Back. Okay. Ma, were you able to listen to what Ma Vanshika said, Ma?
Yes, Ma.
Could you relate to the scanning?
Yes, Ma, I'm able to relate.
Wow. Okay. Ma, what exactly is it, Ma? Are you going through some body pain?
Simple tension in the body in these areas I'm actually going through right now, like in my upper back and in my stomach. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yes. Ma Vanshika now here will be scanning the solution to these problems and will give you the solution that Paramashiva revealed. And be assured, Ma, this solution is the only solution which will work for your problems and nothing else. She'll be connecting with Swamiji once again and she'll be revealing the solution. Ma Aishwarya, in the meantime, you can share how you have come across and how you came across Swamiji and your first ever experience with the power manifestation.
So I came across Swamiji through YouTube, and the first time I ever had the darshan physically was during Shivaratri, Mahashivaratri. So that day there was a huge setup where like there were these stalls set up where there was power manifestation happening, and at that time I was like vaguely aware that something like power manifestation is done in Adinam, but I had never really experienced it as such. I actually used to simply listen to the satsangs of Swamiji's, and I found those statements to be so powerful that I really wanted to come physically and have darshan as well. So when I come there and I see such a huge setup for power manifestation, I was quite surprised to see this, like what's happening actually. But then, like, I like the kind of guts of it, that that you're like loudly and proudly declaring that, listen, this is happening. We are manifesting extraordinary powers here. So I sat for multiple stalls, and it was a very cool experience, that got to see uh, things which I really had never ever seen before. And the more powerful thing I feel than even the power manifestation, I'm being really honest, is meeting with the balasans. Like, talking to them and experiencing the presence of balasans was like, oh wow, these are something beyond human beings. I mean, it was very clear, directly, immediately. I just know that something very different is going on here. It's something more than simply you know uh, uh, like a ashram where people are. I mean, like, it is something where human beings are being, like, prepared or evolved somehow. It was just known, because like the balasans are nothing like kids that we meet in life at all. It's like uh, it was almost as if, I always felt like I am this way, but then I'm supposed to behave differently in society, and you kind of dumb myself down for a society. Whereas balasans are like that version of me which never had to reduce itself and was allowed to shine so beautifully. Like, I simply knew that uh, see, I guess the intention of the power manifestation stalls was to demonstrate to people's logic that this is something extraordinary happening here. But for me, that demonstration that this is something extraordinary happened by interacting with the balasans, more than even the powers or anything else. Simply the space they were carrying, it was like a amazing experience, and I was so grateful to have such an experience, because yes, I had gone there only to meet Swamiji, and like, in a way it's like almost obvious that yes, of course he will be extraordinary, but his disciples itself are so super extraordinary, super human beings. That was the real tipping point for me.
Exactly, ma. Swamiji, Balasans are literally the extension, physical extensions of Paramashiva himself. That's why Swamiji beautifully says that. Understand, when powers manifest in you, right? That is when you drop your identity of I, me, my. Only powers manifest in anybody when you drop that identity ferociously. You don't say that I am manifesting this power, I am doing it. Instead, you say that Paramashiva is revealing to me. If you have heard Vanchika, she'll never say that, oh, I'm able to see this, I'm able to see that. She'll say that Paramashiva revealed to me, because we are not doing anything. We're just being mere instruments, that embodiment of surrender. We are being that to Paramashiva, so he's able to flow through us and manifest these extraordinary Shaktis. Right? So that is a training, and that is the way of living that each and every person lives in the ashram, and is always manifesting powers at the same time with the beautiful training that Swamiji is giving to each and everybody. And that is why when you said that you're supposed to dumb yourself down or be a different person in society, that doesn't work here, because over here everybody is Paramashiva, and Paramashiva can never be fake, and there's never so many layers in between us and Paramashiva. We're really transparent with what we want to say, because that transparency is completely missed in the outer world because of this delusion and dilution that is going on. That is exactly why Swamiji is creating a new species through Nithyananda Gurukul. Yes, that was beautiful, Ma. And Ma Vanchika is done with the scanning, and she can reveal the solution.
So Swamiji revealed me that for your stomach, you should drink more lemon juice, and for your about your back problem, Swami revealed me that
Ananda, being that
you should put should wet cloth there.
So take a cloth, wet it with hot water, and keep it on the back. Ma Aishwarya, she said that for your stomach, you have to take in a lot of lemon juice, and for your back, she told take a cloth, wet it with hot water, and keep it on the back for the pain that you're going through.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, ma.
Actually, this also I want to share that if you worry so much, that worriness you're taking on your shoulder, that affects your back too.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Ma, what Ma Vanshika said is that worrying too much can actually put a lot of weight on your shoulders that is affecting your back. Are you able to relate, Ma?
Yes, I am able to relate with this.
Yes. Ma, would you like to share your experience with this power manifestation?
So this is something which is kind of like almost very minor. I mean, in my mind, it feels like it's something very minor which is being highlighted here. But until this word came up, worry, then I'm like, okay, yeah, then, it's just that I'm ignoring it. But then maybe if I actually attend to this properly, there will be a significant difference. So yeah, I'll do that.
The keyword that you used, minor, right? When third eye scans anything that your body is going through, that can be minor in the first stage you're going through. Let's say you're going through stomach pain, but it's not, it's not that intense and comes and goes. So it doesn't really matter. But no, third eye almost gives you a warning. It gives you even precaution as solution. So you can start taking it. So it doesn't build up to being something big in the future. So anything that the third eye scans can never be minor because it is scanning for a reason. If you're going to be ignorant about that, right? Let's just say that you have a pain, but you're being ignorant about it, it's going to build up into something really big, which you cannot undo. So what third eye does is that it scans your body, the potential problems that can become big, it actually scans that. Exactly, that's the subtle component of third eye itself. So it scans that subtle component and gives you the solution. So the problem can go, or your body can get healed. Another beautiful thing about third eye is that when third eye scanning happens, when body scanning happens, when the third eye falls on the body, be assured that the healing is already happening. This is also a form of healing. So this is something I would like to share. Another extraordinary point on third eye. And yes, Ma, are you understanding, Ma Aishwarya? Nithyananda, Ma Aishwarya, are you still here?
Nithyananda ma, yes, I'm here.
Yes. Yes, Ma. So that's great. That was a beautiful scanning and power manifestation session. And like all the participants and viewers who's viewing this right now, understand each and every one of you are equally capable of manifesting these beautiful powers with just Swamiji's touch, word, or look. Your third eye is completely awakened to its full potential, and you're able to manifest all these powers that we are manifesting. And with this, we would like to offer our gratitude at the lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan, Nithyananda Paramashivam. And stay tuned for upcoming interesting events and the most awaited live satsang. And make sure to tune in back at 6:30 IST for Uttamattama Seva. With this, we would like to end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukar Pranamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
as sunrise. The various incarnations happened, gave a breakthrough to consciousness and gave opening to the next level. My responsibility is to introduce new consciousness which manifests powers of Sadashiva. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. I have experienced Sadashiva in his completion, and he has empowered me to transmit that experience to all of you. It's my commitment to all of you. I'll make you experience and manifest Sadashivatva, powers and state and space of Sadashiva. When you manifest powers, naturally the state of Sadashiva and space of Sadashiva starts manifesting in you. More power manifestation, more integrity, more unclutching, more nirvikalpa samadhi, more joy, more restful awareness, more responsibilism, more enriching, more bliss. This tradition has a capacity to retain its authenticity and originality. My purpose is to make this statement to the world. Hinduism is real. Ideas move from mind to mind. Energy moves from space to space. Cognitions move from body to body. That is why even Sadashiva needs a body. He assumed the body because he needs body to transmit these cognitions to you. Whatever I am doing is reviving the original science as expressed in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Vedas and Agamas of the Hindu tradition. Given by Sadashiva, received by Devi, adopted by Vishnu to run this universe is Agama. Agamas insist on us serving beyond our frame. Whatever experience, anubhuti I had by my Guru's grace, Atma Pramana, I do acid wash with Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, the ancient masters' experiences. Whatever finally stand, I share it with the world as Sakshi Pramana. I welcome everyone for the grand feast of Sanatana Hindu Dharma.
Let us go on contributing.
What I mean by the word KAILASA, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. What I mean by the word KAILASA, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. What I mean by the word KAILASA, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. What I mean by the word Kailasa, Listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of Kailasa, Kailasa nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become Kailasian. Get your free passport and make billions receive this free passport. welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of Kailasa, Kailasa nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become e-Kailasian, get your free e-passport and make billions receive this free e-passport. I welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of Kailasa, Kailasa nation itself.
Nithyanandam Paramashivam Anvadidam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamakshyadiraksham Egam Nityam Vimalachalam Sarvadi Sachi Bhudam Bhavadidam Trigunavidam Satgurum Tam Namami. Sakshi Triguna. So, welcome to the panel discussion of Hindu medicine. Hinduism is a way of life. So is the medicine too. Unlike the modern day medicine, Hindu medicine aims at improving the quality of life as a whole, rather than just treating the disease. We are all aware that just before 200 years, when only Hindu medicine prevailed in India, the cost of a medicine, the treatment of the disease, the quality of life, and the immunity levels of the human being and accessibility of medical facility were much higher than the present date. The universities like Nalanda, Dakshadila, Kanchi produce the quality and skilled Vaidyas who serve the entire globe. We have examples like Bodhisattva, who traveled from South India to China. We all know the story of that. Like that, we have many stories how our indigenous medical technology has been stolen, looted by the West, and they have rebranded as their invention, and it came to Bharat. The best example is the plastic surgery. For Hindu society, medicine is not an industry. We have had communities who have dedicated their life to serve the society, take the responsibility of their well-being, take the responsibility of the health of the society, and protect them from the disease. So we all know the economic system. There have been there for a pretty long time, just before 200 years. They were protecting the society, and they've been paid and they've been taken care by the society. So now what happened to this whole, medicine ecosystem? So many pharmaceutical companies, the disease like COVID, it's completely shaking the world. And surprisingly, we know the statistics says the Western don't have anything, and the places like Bharat, the recovery rates are fast and it's well controlled. But what happened to our indigenous Hindu medicine system? We were all thinking as a simple human, common man. I thought I'm completely from a Macaulay system. Okay, I know before I come to Swamiji, before I got exposed to all this thing, I was completely thinking that science came from Western. Medicine system completely came from Western. Thanks to them, we are survived, we are living. So the problem is, this is the mindset and thought current as a common man. We got it. And what is the reason for it? What is the plan? What are the things we have to do to revive our Hindu medicine? If it is not done now, we all know that next few decades, the indigenous medicine, the Hindu medicines will be completely wiped out by the pharmaceutical company and the corporatist ideology and everything. We need to have a guts to claim what we had, and we have to go back to root, of course with the modern update. But how it's possible? It is possible. That's what Swamiji, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam is trying to do with the Kailasa ecosystem. We are going to have a beautiful panels today. We will be seeing this all in a detail. What we are talking is not a claim, and it's completely possibility. That's what we are going to see today. The all branches, from end pregnancy to spiritual healing to Aushadha to Siddha, everything Swamiji is trying to revive. Okay, how? We are going to have a fantastic panelist. I would take a little time to introduce our panelists. So the panelist, can I ask NTV to project that? Okay. So I welcome Dr. Mrs. Vanitha Murali Kumar. Welcome, Doctor. She's a former president of Control Council of Indian Medicine, Ministry of Ayush. She's the first woman president in the history of Central Council of Indian Medicine since 1971. Now she is serving as a director of Sri Shairam Ayurvedic Medical College. And she has a lot of position held. She is a member of Central Advisory Board of Education, Government of India. And she's an executive committee member, Uttarakhand University, Senate member. And as well as she's serving the position in MGR Medical University, Chennai. And she has written a lot of things. Particularly, she has been, the main thing is she's the president of CCIM in March 2004. During her period, she made a lot of reformation in Ayurvedic studies, and the kind of a step she has taken to teach Ayurveda in different universities of other countries also. She had done many important publications. She has presented many papers in the national and international scientific sessions. Thank you, Vanitha Ma. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Next is Vaidya Raja Pandya. First, he's a devotee, and presently he's working in HOD, that is head of the Department of Panchakarma, Government of Ayurveda Medical College, Nagarkoil. His previous experience is he was a lecturer in Panchakarma in Kottakkal, Kerala, and he has presented many scientific papers in national and international seminar. He is proudly a Swamiji devotee. He has attended many programs of Swamiji's like Inner Awakening, Sadasivoham, and he's here to present Hindu medicines and its status. And as a second session, we are going to talk about Varma session. In that, we will be having a fantastic presentation from Tenkarai Maharaja Pillai. He is born in traditional Siddhavarma Vaidya family, Nagarkoil, Kanyakumari district. He has completed his SLC at the age of 26. He constructed a temple around surrounded by herbal garden, and now his age is 73. We can't believe, so young. And he's done some 50 different miracles of herbal demo, and few of the demos we will be we'll be seeing it today. He has conducted 500 more stage shows, and he received Varmani awards and many more awards from a different organization. So the next is welcome Maharaj Pillai, Tengarai Maharaj Pillai Ayya. And our next panel, we would like to welcome Dr. Kannan Rajara. He born in Kanyakumari, and he is a Siddha physician, and he has researched more than 20 years of writing. He has written many textbooks on Varma and other things. His books have been textbook for the students in the particular verticals. Some of his textbooks are part of curriculum for students pursuing Siddha system of medicine at medical college. He is a pioneer and one of the very handful authorities in modern world of Varma therapy. So it's a 50,000-year-old, and it's completely healing science with its own set of medicines. Entirely, it's different from Siddha citizens of medicines, and he is going to. It's basically it's in Tamil language, so he would be explaining that the core technology of this Varma. He would be explaining that with the demonstration. Thank you so much for being here, Ayya. The next is Vishwanathan. He will be joining us. I hope you'll be joining us very soon. So I'll be introducing when he'll be here. And Atma Niranjanama, Dr. Atma Niranjana. Yes, and she has completed MBBS from Madras Medical College and is the best outgoing lady student, and then went to finish diploma in obstetrics and gynecology from the same university. And since 2008, she has been blessed by Swamiji to spread the ancient knowledge and science of conscious birthing, the end pregnancy care program. This definite science has been taken from the Vedic Agamas and knowledge shared with the world. She has devoted her life to this cause of Kailasa and take up monastic order of life in Nithyananda order. So thank you so much for giving your time, Manitya Niranjana Anantama. Thank you so much. The next we have Sona Kamath. Sona Kamath, yes. She's MD, FACR board certified rheumatology and internal medicine. After completing her medical schools with honor, she's completed a residence in internal medicine at the University of Illinois and a fellowship in rheumatology at St. Louis University. She has been fortunate enough to be honored by Arthritis Foundation of Missouri and Southern Illinois. She has served as the president of Rheumatology Society. Dr. Kamath is sought after speaker who has spoken locally, regionally, nationally, wide-ranging subject in her field. She has also been a guest in many medical association, and she uses state-of-art technology to assess patients, joint pain, inflammation, and accompanying symptoms to develop the effective and unique treatment surgeries. She is dedicated to helping patients navigate life, rheumatic disease like lupus, arthritis, and so on. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. And we have Santana Lakshmi ma, and she has done a Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Science, and she's running her own 10-bedded Naturopathy hospital in name of Swasam at Vellur for last 8 years. She was very much successful in practice, especially in the treatment of complicated cases like cancers, kidney failures, liver failures, etc. She got a various award from Agenda Arts Awards and other organizations. Thanks so much. So it's a very beautiful panel. I'm really excited about it. So let's take a few questions. And so I would like to request panel to, we'll just make it more interactive. Thank you so much for being here. So first I would like to start with, and of course we have with us Ma Pranapriya Ma and Prematma Swami, and welcome all of them. And let's get into the panel. So as I said, like Hindu medicine and what Swamiji is trying to revive. So the key point or the very hot topic today is COVID, and we don't need to explain what is the kind of a damages we are seeing day in and day out. So I wanted to start up this panel discussion with Rajapandi Ayya. Rajapandiya is the one who has hands-on experience to it. He has shared this many times personally to me, how this our Hindu medicine and what he learned from Swamiji, what is the ideology he's put in his profession, has saved so many lives, and he's doing a wonderful job in particularly last 3-4 months in making COVID patients curing faster. And all of you must be knowing, Tamil Nadu is statistically declared the quick recovery statistics, and it's been statistically as of now it's been declared as a very less affected state in India, at least for last 1 or 2 months. So Raj Pandya, please just take it from here and just share your COVID experience, COVID curing experiences.
Nithyanandamaya, last 7 months, I'm in a COVID center. It is in my college where I'm working. It's a government Ayurveda medical college, Nagarkoil, Tamil Nadu. So last 7 months, I am posted. Still, I'm in that COVID treatment ward. So I come across already 3,000 patients, more than 3,000 patients from age of 8 to age of 92. So we treated with protocol, Siddha and Ayurvedic medicines. We got a very wonderful results. 3 to 5 days. Within the 3 to 5 days, the patients get recovery. Even that the same protocol, the followed entire Tamil Nadu, even Chennai, Theni, Tenkasi, and all in some other places, all the Siddha doctors also done that same work, and everywhere, 3 to
Yeah, your voice is little muted.
Within a 3 to 5 days, we get a COVID negative. No, even in modern, they're giving continuously oxygen. Oxygen.
Yes, I think we have a little problem with your voice. So meanwhile, I'll just move with so when we are talking about this COVID, I just wanted to remind all of our devotees, we all must be knowing. So before even this disease arrives or before disease hit the humanity, how Swamiji has prepared us. Okay, as I was talking about, Hindu medicine is not only the just a medicine or a pill to cure the disease. So it's about a way of life. How Swamiji has prepared us, I would invite Ma to with all the diets and other things, how Swamiji could be able to address that. Santana Lakshmi Ma, can you just chip in? We have a problem with Ayya. So can you just unmute and you can start sharing?
It's okay.
Thank you, yeah. Nithyanandam. So beautifully, Swamiji has, before itself, before COVID-19, he has prepared very well all the devotees, Adinavasis. Swamiji says, neither old world order is going to be useful for humanity, nor new world order is going to be useful to the humanity. Only the ancient world order is going to be useful. So here, definitely ancient world order, it seems, agriculture-based lifestyle, grain-based economy, and superconscious-based existence. Swamiji says, if we observe Pachapatini Viradam, the corona is irrelevant for us. Let's pray to her and do Pachapatini Viradam. Here, her means the Mahamariyamman, where she herself done the Pachapatini Viradam for people to get out from various diseases. Not only we are protected, the whole world is protected and healed from this coronavirus problem. If you see what modern day is describing as recommendation for the coronavirus, you will see it is exactly also described in Pachapatini Viradam. Also, Swamiji says in Pachapatini Viradam is prescribed in Hinduism as a method of cleansing, introspection, and prayer meditation. It is traditionally started immediately after the festival of Masimaham in Samayapuram, Tamil Nadu, India. The Mariamman temple in Samayapuram is the source of temple for all Mariamman temples where Devi herself starts the Vridam. In this, Swamiji specifically said to follow the Panakam, jaggery water. Also in Panakam, we used to add some tulsi leaves and lemon, some turmeric and elaki, which even modern science has accepted has lots of immune booster things in it. And pasiparippu, soaked moong dal, which has lots of protein, where to boost up the immune system, we need that basic protein. And neer moru, it is a liquid buttermilk. Buttermilk has lots of probiotic in it, and it also function as an antibacterial and etc., which increases our innate immune system. And tulu mavu, ground raw rice with jaggery, which balances carbs and protein again. So Swamiji has beautifully revived this science, especially during this COVID-19. Also, Swamiji adds.
Yes. Ma, you have any? I think once again. Are you there? Are you back?
Yes, I think there's some audio issues. So while Ma Santan Lakshmi is adding more details
Pandemic
about
situation
how
where people
His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has empowered all the Hindus, all the Kailashans around the world, using this ancient technique of Pachai Patni Vritam. So what Swamiji has been doing throughout for last 26 years is reviving all the ancient technologies, Hindu medicinal technologies,
exactly,
and how all of these Hindu sciences can be beneficial to the whole of the humanity, especially Hindus. So in a most authentic way, Swamiji has revived all these technologies. And it is not only just this COVID-19. There are several health disorders that humanity has been facing. In many of the situations and episodes, Swamiji has prescribed these ancient Hindu medicinal technologies to all the Hindus and revived these ancient technologies. So I think our doctor is back. So over to doctor. Would you like to explain to us how Ayurveda has helped the Hindus around the world to come out of this COVID and how they are all cured? So really pleased to have you back in our panel. Would you like to elaborate about the importance of Ayurvedic medicinal technologies and its impact on curing and prevention of COVID-19?
Yes, there you have to unmute. Yes.
In Ayurvedic, we have a protocols, the kashayas and layas and the churnas, and according to the conditions also we given. For 7 days we given. In the 7 days, within 5 days they got a negative, COVID negative. After that also we given a 45 days follow-up treatment. In that we used to give Chavanaprasa legium and Kusmanda legium and Agasthyarasana legium as a follow-up conditions. For some patient having the lung congestion, and in that lung congestions, and always the O2 level is very less. If the O2 level is very less, for that we given a grambu with coconut milk, immediately it is rising. And for that, in allopathic hospital, the patient need to lie down in the ICU for 8 to 9 days or 10 days. After that, they'll get recovered. But in that, the tenga means coconut milk with grambu. add a gram powder, immediately it was get raised. We seen so many patients. In our patients, it was raised. After that also,
Doctor, sorry to interrupt. Just
so many patients.
Sorry, doctor. I just wanted to would like to know, what do you think are the special properties in coconut milk that is actually helping people to recover from this COVID?
Actually, why did we given the coconut milk? It's a grambu powder, only the main medicines. It was very hot in nature. So this coconut milk we given as a anupana to reduce that heat of the grambu. It is anupana for grambu powder. Because if you give that morning 3 gram, evening 3 gram for 2-3 days, it will got the irritation in the stomach. To reduce that irritation, we used to give the coconut milk, and it again give the nutrition to the body. For that purpose only, the coconut milk was selected.
So, doctor, one thing I understand.
Actually, doctor, this is like.
Yeah. So, Pranapriyama, one thing we have to notice here very nicely is not like a Western medicine. You go and there is a pills, whether you are my next bed patient also, what you have, the same pills I will have, and we have to go through that. Here, the idea is the customization of the medicine. Okay, because I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, doctor, Ayurvedic or Hindu medicine treating our as a being and as a source, not as any machine or something like that. Okay, whether just as a factory, whatever gets in, just give this morning 4 pill, evening 4 pill, afternoon 4 pill. It's not like that. So you are just seeing what is Vada, Pitta, Kapha of that person, and you used to customize and give it, right? Am I right?
Yes. And one more thing I like to add, even after the negative, means we know that so many persons in modern, they are very difficult to control the complication in the lung congestion. We got so many patients in the lung congestion, and we given lashuna, means garlic, as a kalka, in the kalka form, as well as we did nasya, the oral medication through the nose. Within 2 days, after we had taken the CD, a CT scan, the congestion removed. And we wondered, because modern doctors are very difficult to control, treat that complication. But we never thought, just we simply did. We just Karpurari Taila is a small medication. Just okay, we'll do the dasya and we give that garlic paste. And within 2 days, and we are taking the CT scan, and the congestion is removed. And the same thing, we followed some more than 10 or 15 patients, and we got in all the patients, we got a very confident results.
This is just amazing. This is really amazing, doctor, because currently today, more than $2 billion is being spent by every country in just the vaccine development for COVID. So the whole world is out there to find the right vaccine. But here is somebody who's saying that just by garlic, coconut paste, you are able to see direct recoveries. And that is what Swamiji is also doing. Right from the time the COVID has started, COVID was announced, or even the world was starting to realize that there is a pandemic attack. Right before that, His Divine Holiness has prepared all the Hindus around the world by suggesting a most effective natural diet, which is Pachay Patni Mritam. So as Ma Santan Lakshmi is now ready, would like to request her to elaborate the further procedures on how this Pachay Patni was very effective in preparing the Hindus around the world to protect themselves from the pandemic.
Thank you, Ma. So basically, tremendously detoxes our system and boosts up our immune system. Also, Swamiji suggested the fire walking, lemon freezing. Along with that, these are all Swamiji has prescribed. The fire walking will not, it will prepare ourselves from the coronavirus, the pandemic situation. It is actually a shoot up of immunity in our body. Fire walking is a traditional vaccination. This is what Swamiji said. So Swamiji also recommended all the Hindus over all the globe, at least one time, if we walk in the fire walking, our immune system will be shoot up like anything. So this is how Swamiji has prepared very beautifully during this, pandemic situation. Also, this Sri Indrakshi Stotram, while practicing the Pachapittani Viridam, it was such a beautiful thing where that Stotram healing various types of fevers like Bhutha Jwaram, Preta Jwaram, Pichacha Jwaram, Thapa Jwaram, Vishnava Jwaram, and all those things. And it balances the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So, Swamiji has prepared us in very beautiful way, where we could very visibly see either people didn't get affected by this pandemic situation physically, mentally, emotionally, or even though like if one or two cases, if they could have got affected immediately, they have come out from this without any other side effects. This is how Swamiji have prepared this to face this pandemic situation.
Excellent. Yes. Any other panelists want to add anything on this?
But here I would like to say one more thing. That is, unfortunately, these all the real solutions, the grounded solutions, which is giving the permanent solutions for all the issues, are criticized and labeled as superstition. That is very unfortunate thing where we are facing, where we want to really legalize and legitimize all these practices in future.
Exactly. So you take about the fire walk. The fire walk what Ma was talking about. Even I've taken a couple of times personally, and experientially I can say how much it's shoots up our immune level. It's an excellent one. There is no logic for it. There is you don't need to have any N certification for it. When Swamiji says we have done it, and personally I could be able to see the kind of shoot up it does. But we were talking about, there are two things I wanted to just summarize.
I would like to, sorry, Vimukta, I just wanted to add this point. The fire walking, which all the panelists are talking about today, it is banned as superstition legally in the state of Karnataka.
Exactly.
So all the natural Hindu practices, which His Divine Holiness has been reviving, and so many other people have been following this for ages, they are all banned, labeled as superstition and banned in Karnataka by the law. So why is that so? Why our Hindus are not able to follow what our Vedas and Agamas have taught us? It is because of the sovereignty. There is no freedom for Hindus to practice what Hinduism teaches us. So that is where the whole need for Hindu nation is required. And that is what Swamiji has been doing by making Kailasa happen. So I request all the Hindus out there to vote for Kailasa. We are projecting the contact at kailasa.org. If you feel this is something which you resonate with, if you feel that, yes, Hindus need a nation, for us to practice what our Vedas and Agamas have told. We need freedom to practice. We need freedom to practice what our scriptures have told us. So requesting all the viewers out there to post your feedback. And if you are interested to be part of the Hindu nation, if you're interested to be part of joining Kailasa, please send us an email at contact@kailasa.org.
Yes, Ma, thank you so much. Actually, a beautiful sharing from Dr. Kannan and Santan Lakshmi Ma, the solutions that we already have from our ancient science. And as Ma Pranapriya rightly pointed out, unfortunately, we do not have the freedom to practice or to get the benefits, to reap the benefits of our own science, which have existed for thousands of years. And it has been said as a superstition, not having the right for our own medicine. So our own treatments that is rightfully ours, which has been kept away from our own people. It is a conspiracy. It is not about just destroying a tradition, an ancient medicine system, but at the same time, it is a conspiracy against the whole of humanity, especially the Hindus that who already know this science, which has been kept away from. It is a conspiracy to destroy them, not having the legitimacy to practice our own rightful science system. It is not a pandemic that has happened new. It is not that we have never seen pandemics or epidemics in our, ever before in our history. These things happen. We have the solution for all of them. What is required? as Hindus, let us decide, do we want our own medicine system which does not have any side effects, which gives permanent solution for us, which is rightfully ours? If you think it is our right to have our medicine system, our Hindu medicine system back again, let us please vote. Take every choice that we make matters. As Hindus, we have remained silent for too long, which is why we are in the situation not having a political legitimacy to practice every aspect, every enlightened aspect of our solutions that we have in life. So requesting everyone, please take a moment, visit kailasa.org/Hindu votes and cast your vote and make your voice heard. That only place on planet Earth which has the political legitimacy for Hindus, Kailasa nation, and Swamiji has given us that freedom, the right to cast our vote, to have the lifestyle that we want, the Hindu lifestyle. So please take a moment, hashtag Kailasa Hindu votes matter, Hindu votes are sacred, and at the link kailasa.org/Hindu votes. So I'll back, I think Dr. Kannanaya would like to share something.
Yes, you are rightly pointed. Even right now in India, there is a hot discussion is going. Ayurveda doctors, the government, central government is given a notification. MD Shalya and Shalakya. MD Shalya means MS surgery. Like we have a MS Shalya and Shalakya. MS surgery and MS Shalakya. The PG graduate doctors can do the small operations. For that, the allopathy doctors continuously telling no. If you given the surgery to the Ayurvedic doctors, it will they doesn't know antiseptic. They doesn't have the proper instrument. They doesn't know what is anesthesia, and they didn't have any sterilization method. Like they are every day there is agitation and strike is going entire nation. But one thing, for the modern, the father of surgery is Sushruta. From the Sushruta Samhita only, they took all the instrument. If you take the Sushruta Samhita, they given all the, even in the what they are presently using, all the instruments, it's taken from the Sushruta Samhita, and they developed and they are using. And now the government is allowing, they given a notification to do the things, but there's so much of agitation for the thing. I like Dr. Vanitha Madam is here. She is a former CCM member, CCM president, and she knows very well. Madam, kindly come and give a your views, ma'am. Dr. Vanitha Madam.
You have to mute, ma. Unmute. You have to unmute.
Good evening, everybody. With due respect to all of you, wonderful session and platform to share my thoughts. I congratulate Avi Muktananda because he himself spoke as an Ayurvedic doctor. What a clarity and understanding of Hindu medicine. Like you said, all the medicines will not suit everyone, just like Westernized medicine. Ayurveda is something related to the yukti of the Vaidyas, like they can write the prescription. Let me first start with Alexander's last wish. So I would like to remind what the Alexander the Great, the warrior, the king, and the military mind said during his deathbed days. I have 3 last wish. The first wish is like, after my die, my physician has to carry my coffin. Everyone was surprised. Why you are telling your doctors to carry your coffin? Then Alexander the Great said, yes, everyone in the world should understand these physicians cannot cure everything. They are not able to save me. Probably Alexander the Great didn't live in India and he didn't meet Hindu Vaidyas. That's why he has made such a statement, and very truly he has done that. Everyone in the world should make that these physicians cannot cure all the diseases. Yes. Now coming to the Lord Shiva, the due respect and prayers to him. The first surgeon, because Dr. Rajabandi asked me the question related to surgery. So the first doctor and surgeon who did head transplantation to his own son, Lord Ganesha, so the Hindu god and the Hindu Vaidya, Hindu doctor, Hindu surgeon. So if we talk all these things, people are telling it is a myth. what it is. If we tell something about our own Hindu system, people say, no, it is all outdated, expiry date is over, and now we live in a modern science. How is it possible? You just think after 5,000 years after, our generation will go and live in moon. That time people might talk. There was a planet called Earth. They all lived, human beings were living. And those people who are about to live in the moon will be surprised to know the happenings in the earth. That was Satya Yuga, and this is Kali Yuga. So we have crossed Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and now we are in Kali Yuga. So talking about something which happened in Satya Yuga and our Vedic traditional Hindu medicine, the sayings about it cannot be a myth. It is actually a fact to be followed in this outdated world. You know, the earliest concept, Indian medicine and Hindu medicine has a very long history. The earliest concepts came out in Vedas, especially Atharva Veda, 2 million back, and 2 million BC before. And these system of medicines faced lot of setbacks due to invention of Mughals, due to invention of Dutch, due to invention of Portuguese, and in later 18th century, like, you know, the British Empire. Actually, East India Company made their presence with the help of our Hindu knowledge and medical knowledge. They have already, as he already said, Muktananda already said, that they have looted, they have translated, they have inherited our medical science into modern science. That's what the truth is. This I can tell anywhere. In the mid of 19th century, the official colonial policy marginalized our Hindu medicine to secondary status. Now this is the time to revive with the help of all you people. Like, you know, Ayurvedic science or Hindu science, it's not disease centric, it is patient centric. This is green pharmacy, and the westernized medicine is red pharmacy. Red pharmacy means, you know, red is alarm and you don't go for it. Now people say, like, we are saving a lot of people. Mortality rate has come down with the help of Western system of medicine. We have invented a lot of medicines for the disease. But why the diseases are keeping on increasing? It is totally a business, commercialized setup, and the policy of the lawmakers, the policy of the medical system. Every medicine of the modern system has a side effects, and it is giving another disease. It is a chain reaction of all what you are taking. Ayurveda explains very clearly there are 3 types of chikitsa. One is Yukti Vipashraya, one is Sattvajaya, the next is Deva Vipashraya. Yukti Vipashraya is the Yukti of the doctor to decide the treatment to the patient. There were family physician concept, who the single doctor will look at the patient's entire body and writes the medicine, and people were getting cured. He used to talk about diet, he used to talk about your life activities, third he comes to the medicine. This is what the Hindu medicine says: Aharam, Viharam, Aushadam. First we give importance to Aharam, like already a naturopathy doctor has said, Pachapatni Vaidyam, same thing. Then we advised Viharam, then only in the third we have come to Aushadam. The third is the prescription of medicines. First we have tried only with our life and dietic changes. But now everything differs. People were praying God and getting cured. People were getting counseling and getting cured. There were no necessity of prescriptions to all the persons who suffered from illness. But now for every illness, a different. And also the law or the policy of the Western system keeps on changing. The Ayurvedic concepts of the Hindu medicine concepts never changes. If it was Pancha Mahabhuta, today also it is only Pancha Mahabhuta. There could not be any 6th Mahabhuta. We are not bringing any new concepts. But if today's modern system of medicine says use antibiotics, now they shrink back and say, no, now we don't use antibiotics. Better have to have a policy to avoid writing antibiotics. They said you give chloroquine for COVID, but later they said, no, don't give it, it's causing complications. There were no changes in the principles of Hindu medicine. But Western medicine keeps on changing its principles. The Western medicine depends totally on the diagnostic tools. If a patient goes, they need a blood test, they need a scan, they need everything to diagnose. Great. But Ayurvedic physicians don't require that. So this is how the Ayurveda or the Hindu medicine grows. And the recently when they said about Pachepatni Vaidyam is nothing but our Hindu medicine says Langanam. Langanam is fasting. It's not that's called Pachepati Vadyam. Langanam Parama Aushadam. Langanam is medicine for many illness. So it's nothing like, it's not like fasting means you don't never eat at all. Even drinking warm water is Langanam. Drinking little kanji or little quantity of food is also Langanam. So we always say you keep fasting. Fast your food. Exactly. Fast your breathe. You take a deep breathe. You know, the tortoise takes only 12 times per minute and it lives for longer years. But the dog breathes very long, very faster than us, lives for shorter time. So the long breathe, that's what our Guruji says, meditation, yogic things. Yes. Fast your food, fast your breathe, fast your postures. You sit in the same place and meditate. It's not like sitting and lying in a bed and taking long rest. It's not like that. So all kinds of fasting has given us longer immunity rather than vaccinations. Exactly. Now coming to the specific notification of government now allowing Hindu medicine doctors to perform surgeries. Surgery is not the asset of Western system of medicine. Surgery is the asset of Hindu system of medicine. Our Vedas says lot of surgeries have done during our Satya Yugas, and later our Samhitas like Shushruta Samhita has given lot of profound examples of, with 189 chapters, what are the instruments to be used, 30 sharp instruments, 101 instruments to be used for surgery. The suturings were done with the horse tail with aseptic conditions. Also, the people with advanced methods, like they say absorbable sutures, they have allowed the ant to be on the wound, and they have cut the head and tail, and the body of the ant was there and it automatically absorbed. There were techniques used by Hindu medicine doctors, and now they they look at the move beyond the outrage, but it is very unfortunate that the text written in English are modernized and the Hindu medicine written in Sanskrit are outrated. That's very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate thing people think in their mind. Now we have left a long gap because of lot of setbacks and inventions. Now it's a time to revive our own Hindu medicine. It's a good move done by our government. I appreciate and support all of you for supporting the Hindu system of medicine.
Thank you.
Any queries, we are open for debate. Thank
you. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor. So this is one point I wanted to just bring it up. Apart from what exactly from after I listened to you, Doctor, what I'm understanding is Swamiji that is why he's emphasizing more on revival of the things. It's not a reformist. He keep on talking about not only in medicine, even if it's in education, technology, arts, and everything. What we need is nothing but revival. Right, that's a very key thing. The second key point, I understand today why the Sanskrit has got a little away from the society, particularly in Tamil Nadu. You know that after 1900 there were a movement, this anti-Hindu, anti-Guru phobic forces done all the nasty things, so that even for the medical it was a mandatory to learn Sanskrit, because most of our knowledge was available on that. So at least last 100 years, one society has taken away from this knowledge base. So that is why so currently there is no infrastructure. Ideologically, we got corrupted. Ideologically, we come to the conclusion that our indigenous Hindu systems are no more valid. Such a pathetic situations we have gone into. So now I would like to bring in, I would like to request Sonama, Sona Kamatma, I want to just listen your view. You are from Western thing. I know you have a fantastic experience to share. So quickly, if you could be able to share that, how you see both the systems, and how, instead of being in the Western side, but how you are with Swamiji, please just share that thought.
Thank you, Aya. To be with Swamiji, you have to go beyond logic. I'll start with that. And so I found Swamiji, or I was introduced to him in 2014. And at that time, I was dragged, kicking and screaming, to my first Inner Awakening program at the foothills of the Himalayas at the request of my mother. And I will tell you, I had no interest in spirituality. I had a very happy husband, family life, a great career. the house I wanted, the car I wanted, and had no interest in looking for anything related to spirituality or anything else than what the path that I was already traveling. And when I got there, I think it was the 4th day of the program, that I had a really amazing experience, and I saw things there in this Inner Awakening meditation program that you only read about in books and see in Hollywood movies. And when I saw people jumping, what I thought was jumping initially, and I realized that this was something more than just a natural body's response. They weren't that they weren't just
network connection
doing this. There was an involuntary movement, and they were hovering. There were some people that were literally hovering, above the ground, and you could put your hand under them. There were no strings there to keep them in that air. And so this was beyond the logical mind that I went there with, and beyond what I had thought happens for the human body in medical school. And so, at that point, I think I started to desert some of the logic that I was so attached to and so prided myself in having as a medical physician in the United States. And, we are taught and trained to be very methodical, very logical. And we actually are taught to always look for evidence-based medicine to support anything that we are saying or anything that we're doing, treating. And so that evidence
interruption வந்துட்டு அடிக்கடி போயிடுது ஆடியோவும் சரியா இல்ல வீடியோவும் அப்படியே ஸ்ட்ரக் ஆகி நிக்குது.
And so this published data is what we look to and kind of put our hat based on, hang our hat based on what has already been shown in studies and research. And so as a medical physician, we look at double-blinded, randomized, placebo-controlled trials where patients have been put through rigorous studies in order to really, support the use of certain medications or procedures.
Thank you so much, Ma. It's a pleasure. I got a complete view of Western things. Yes, Pranapriyama, you wanted to add anything here?
I just want to tell you, I just want to say something about the fasting. So, there is, in the Western medicine, there is actually a basis. They're starting just now in allopathic medicine to start looking at why this even works. And I learned this not from something at a medical lecture here in the United States, but from Swamiji. So if you take the body, I'm a rheumatologist, so I study the immune system. And so if you take the body, and there are studies at the University of California, Irvine, looking at patients who are immunocompromised. And if you put them, and immunocompromised patients, cancer patients on chemotherapy, if you put them to a 2-day intense care, what happens to them? The cells of their immune system that are most dysfunctional use the most amount of energy to keep functioning. And when you fast the body for 2 days, it forces them through what's called apoptosis or cell death and pushes them into dying off and creating new healthy cells. And because of this, in 2 days, you've turned over your immune system and built this to handle whatever infection you're doing. Ayurvedic medicine already teaches this, and we're now starting to understand and learn it in allopathic medicine. So just to kind of give you that support for why the fasting works.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know, just keeping the time in mind, I wanted to listen more, but with the time in mind, we have to jump in. Yes,
yes, actually,
yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's a wonderful discussion, actually, in depth, sharing the, about the ancient science. And thank you all for joining, all the panelists. Thank you for taking time to join. It is a very interesting discussion that we are having, discussing the glory of Hindu medicine system and it being the solution, not only for COVID, but for many ailments that we have seen, that the Hindu medicine system has given solutions without any side effects and addressing to every individual person's need as a consciousness rather than as a dead matter. So it is a great science that needs to be revived and protected, and that's exactly what Swamiji is doing, giving a place where these medicine systems can be revived, protected, and shared mainly for the benefit of humanity. All of this science, it is being brought back to the world, not for just one or two people, but for the entire humanity, not only Hindus. So it is important that every one of us is taking a responsibility for us as a human being, that we care for each other. It is our responsibility to protect this great science, giving it a place to practice this ancient Hindu medicine system. As of now, the only place on planet Earth which gives the legitimacy is Kailasa Nation. Requesting every one of you, please, as a human being, as a citizen, take your responsibility, cast your vote at kailasa.org, kailasa.org/Hindu votes. And thank you, every one of you, for joining us today. Unfortunately, to the interest of time, we have to close. And let us now get ready to receive Swamiji, Avimuktaya.
Yes, let's close with Purna Mantra, and thank you so much for the panelists. We will be continuing this. This is a starting point. I'm sure we will be having a future panels coming in. We have other few interesting things we will be taking up in our next panel discussions. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let's close
Thank
with
you.
Purna
So let
Mantra.
us now sit in the
Go for a
space
meditation.
to receive Swamiji. Let us chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. வேதியனாம் நித்யானந்தன் ராஜநடை இடுகையில் வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. பாதுகை பாதுகை.
நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர பரமசிவ சமாரம்பாம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி மத்யமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சார்ய பர்யந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the Kailasians, living and practicing Hindus from all over the world. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. See every being as my own manifestation, Paramashiva's direct manifestation. Paramashiva himself manifesting. Treat everyone in your life as Paramashiva and get treated by everyone as Paramashiva. When you treat others as Paramashiva and get treated by others as Paramashiva, you become Paramashiva. This is what is creating an ecosystem. Ecosystem where you treat others as Paramashiva and where you get treated by others as Paramashiva is Kailasa. Even the sincere spiritual seekers may feel this teaching is very impractical. Everyone thinks, let others treat me as Paramashiva first, then I will start. No. Life mirrors what you are. When you start treating everyone as Paramashiva, it mirrors externally, outside, and they start treating you as Paramashiva. Things don't happen the other way. You see, if you expect everyone to treat you as Paramashiva, then they will also be just sitting expecting you to treat them as Paramashiva. But if you start treating everyone as Paramashiva, seeing everyone as Paramashiva, they will start seeing you and treating you as Paramashiva. The person who takes the first step gets entry into Kailasa. Kailasa visa is given to people who decide firmly to treat everyone as Paramashiva in your life. Understand? This is the spiritual instruction to all e-Kailasians and Kailasians. But all the Kailasavasis who are inside our Adinams, for all of them, this is law. From today, start seeing, start experiencing, start relating to every being as Paramashiva. Not just having completion, not just having friendliness, extreme sincere devotion to every being. Don't ever think it is impractical. It is possible, practical. I will demonstrate this great truth is possible. And this ecosystem Kailasa, I am manifesting exactly for that purpose. Nobody in Kailasa is here to exploit you. Nobody has come to exploit others. Everyone has come to realize Paramashiva. I am talking to everyone who is inside the Adinams. Listen carefully. This is specifically for you. No one has come into the Adinams, our Kailasas, to exploit you, to mistreat you. All have come to realize Paramashiva. Decide, these people are the best people on the planet Earth on whom you can see Paramashiva and start manifesting Paramashiva. When you start seeing others as Paramashiva, you will be seen by others as Paramashiva. Listen carefully. When you start treating others as Paramashiva, others will treat you as Paramashiva. Life outside is mirror of your life inside. Inside, if you feel, let me see everyone as Paramashiva honestly, simply life will mirror that. Everyone outside will start treating you as Paramashiva honestly. Inside, if you feel, let others treat me as Paramashiva, then I will start. Then life also will show outside. Others will look at you and say, let you treat them as Paramashiva, then they will start treating you as Paramashiva. Understand? Take the oath honestly in front of Kala Bhairava. Mahakala Bhairava, let me see everyone, let me experience everyone, including me, everyone as Paramashiva. Drop all the fears, all the suffering, all the pain, all the fears of unknown. If I start seeing everyone as Paramashiva, will somebody exploit me? Will I exploit somebody? Drop. Drop all fears, all cunningness, all confusion, all pains, all anger. Decide honestly to see everyone as Paramashiva. Enter into this unknown spiritual adventure. Go where this spiritual adventure takes you. It will take you to Kailasa straight. You will get Kailasa visa straight. That's all. That's all for today. I want all of you to do Vakyartha Sadas, Jivartha Sadas. Vakyartha Sadas means trying to internalize this truth. Jivartha Sadas means trying to apply, and when you apply all the plus, minus, right, whatever happens, discussing that and ironing them out. Do Vakyartha Sadas, Jivartha Sadas, everything on this one powerful cognition, one powerful principle. take the oath in front of Kalabhairava. Sincerely, let me see myself and everyone as Paramashiva. Let me live, manifest myself and everyone as Paramashiva. Start living. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूतद्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् गीयमानछत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादिसमस्तबिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घसद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षाव्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य गुरुपरम्परा प्राप्त अटलपीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्री अटलपीठाधीश्वर धर्ममुक्तिस्वर्गपुरस्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंश गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलासपरम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्रीकैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्रीकैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्य सच्चिदानन्द प्रणवस्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव श्री ज्ञानसम्बन्ध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।
Nithyanandam. Again, a powerful message from His Divine Holiness, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. He is here on planet Earth not to declare that He is Paramashiva, but to help us, each and every one of us, realize that we are Paramashiva. In every aspect of life, He is giving us the techniques to cognize not only for ourselves, but to see every being, every person as Paramashiva. And He's even made it a law in KAILASA. KAILASA, the greatest Hindu nation on planet Earth, which gives us the freedom, every being, every conscious being, to live to our fullest potential. It is KAILASA that gives us the freedom to live Hinduism as authentic it is supposed to be lived, which gives us, every single one of us, to realize our ultimate potential. We now, for the first time, have the opportunity to choose whether to live as human beings or as Paramashiva. Take time, just a few minutes, to cast your vote on the various Hindu topics that we have been discussing, whether lifestyle should be vegetarianism or non-vegetarian, whether Hindu temples should be run by Hindus or government, whether we should be Hindus should be forced to conversion. Important decisions that affect every aspect of our life. Take a moment to cast your vote at kailasa.org/Hindu votes. Thank you. Nithyanandam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.